In the last video we looked at setting up a heater. Now we're going to set the heater threshold, in other words the temperature at which the heater should turn on or off. So in my system here I have an analog sensor which is currently reading a temperature of 12.8 degrees and the heater is not yet turned on. That could be because of the threshold, or it could simply be that the heater switch is not yet turned on. So either of those would be keeping the heater off. So if I click on the heater and I'm in user mode, and that's the mode I need to be in, I can look up here at the threshold, and currently it's at an extreme value, and that's the default value that it will be when it's just been changed from a light output to a heater output. So it doesn't mean anything physically, it's just an extreme value. So I'm going to select that and enter a real degrees Celsius figure. So I'm going to say anything below 15 degrees and the heater will be turned on. So I'm going to type in 15 and hit return. And if I click away from the heater and click back onto it, I can see that the value in it is 15.0, and I can now then turn on the switch and the heater should come on. The switch is currently not active. I could either go to the hardware switch on the wall and turn it on, or in this instance I could use just the GUI itself. So I'm going to double click on the switch. The switch goes a bolder colour, and you can see that the heater has in fact turned on. Now the threshold's currently set to 15. I could adjust that. If I go over to the threshold box again, I can either enter another value or I can use these up and down arrows. So let's say that I'm happy with any temperature above about 10 degrees. So I'm going to click on the down arrow. It goes in steps of half a degree, and I'm going to go down to 10 degrees, and at that point the temperature is now sufficient to turn the heater off. And I could go up again, and as I reach about 13 degrees or so, because there's some hysteresis in there, the heater will turn back on. So I'm now at 14 degrees, the heater is turned back on. And if I want to, I can double click on the switch again, which will turn the heater off.